Welcome back to Turnbuckle Trash Talk. It is Wednesday night. I am here at the ACW Wednesday Night Proving Ground at the Gulfview Event Center in Port Richey, Florida. And I am asking the stars of ACW what their favorite WrestleMania moment is. Let's take a look at their answers.
My favorite WrestleMania moment is WrestleMania 3 with Steamboat and the Macho Man. And why? It's because they did a legit bar burner. They fucking killed it. And I think that's always a go-to match of any WrestleMania.
My favorite WrestleMania moment comes from WrestleMania 2000, where Jeff Hardy did a swanton off a 30-foot ladder through a table. And why is that my favorite? Because it's inspired me during my matches to do the dumbest things possible to win.
My favorite WrestleMania moment is when Chris Benoit won the world title over Triple H and Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 20. That moment was really big for me because it made me see the difference when it becomes from character to athleticism in this business. Chris Benoit, being one of the most athletic, strongest workers out there, really showed me that it's possible to get there with just straight wrestling.
So my favorite WrestleMania moment, definitely when they announced that they are coming to Tampa, for many reasons. One, I'm from Tampa, as many of you guys know, and I've never been to a WrestleMania before, believe it or not. So I'm actually going to be able to go and experience it live and just finally be a part of the experience of WrestleMania. So I can't wait.
So my favorite WrestleMania moment. Yes.
Can we tell them who we are?
Yeah, I'm Mikey Spandex.
You're Mikey Spandex. I am DMC.
Dante Marquis Carter.
Dante Marquis Carter. You get to say the whole thing. No, you do that. No, I don't.
No, that's your thing, not mine. We are Task Force. So, favorite WrestleMania moment has to be Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair's retirement match. Like, there was nothing but feels the entire match.
Did you cry?
Dude, I'm
Did you
sorry.
Cry? Did you cry?
I love you.
You look like
super
you
kick.
Like you cried.
Out 1, 2, 3.
You like you cried.
Oh, I totally cried.
You know what? You were crying even
such...
to this day on the way here about that same moment.
That match is just so much.
Yeah. Don't cry, Mikey. Mikey. Well, I guess I'm doing this by myself. Well, my favorite WrestleMania moment, WrestleMania 3, Steamboat, Savage. So much was put in on the big guys, and I feel like that match, being a smaller guy, just raised the bar and showing that, you can steal the show on the biggest show and don't have to be the biggest guy on the card. So that's mine, WrestleMania 3. Mikey, stop crying. Stop.
How you doing? This is Mr. A1 since day one, Sage Scott, leader of the Midnight Tribe. And my favorite WrestleMania moment has to be the Brock Lesnar shooting star press at WrestleMania 19 on Kurt Angle. I grew up a pretty big Brock Lesnar fan, love his intensity. I try to bring the same thing out there in the ring when I'm out there. And I have to say, for me, that was pretty much what did it for me as far as wanting to become a professional wrestler.
My favorite WrestleMania moment, I know you're going to get a lot of people saying like actual matches and things like that, but it's probably at WrestleMania 23 after the Money in the Bank match. It was actually a gift to me from my mother. And so it was like her first big pay-per-view, and her reaction after Jeff Hardy jumped off and sat on edge, like she lost her mind. And like seeing her enjoy something like that, like only like reiterated like how bad I really wanted to do something like this. So like my favorite WrestleMania moment was probably the moment I shared with my mother.
All right, my favorite WrestleMania moment, I probably wouldn't say I have like one that stands out per se, but like as far as in WrestleManias go, I think the WrestleMania 22 with the Goes Hollywood was probably the coolest like hype up to any WrestleManias that I can think about. It's like a full card and everything instead of just one match.
So you want to know what my favorite WrestleMania moment is? Growing up, it was definitely Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart Iron Man match. I didn't even get to see the WrestleMania live. My uncle would just put it on, and I'd be captivated for an hour. So that's how he kept me quiet when I was a kid, when we were hanging out and stuff. But I think my favorite WrestleMania moment was probably WrestleMania 30, Daniel Bryan. I was there. It was my first WrestleMania, and I definitely think if that moment didn't happen, I probably wouldn't be standing here today, because it really made me step my game up, move out here, learn how to be a professional wrestler. So I gotta say WrestleMania 30.
My favorite Mania, WrestleMania 17. The reason being was because it was the first WrestleMania that I ever watched, and it was a WrestleMania that got me hooked on professional wrestling, and it was that WrestleMania which is why I wanted to do this crazy arse job of being a professional wrestler.
So, absolute favorite WrestleMania moment has to go to WrestleMania 5. And not even the match itself, but the build-up to the absolute destruction of the Mega Powers. When you have Hulk Hogan, who has lust in his eyes, and you've got Miss Elizabeth caught in the middle between him and Macho Man Randy Savage. That whole build-up is so beautifully 80s, but it is the pinnacle of storytelling of that era and a best example of what WrestleMania could do. Not to mention the fact, you watch that promo with Macho Man Randy Savage, you will believe in your heart of hearts there is no more terrifying phrase in the English language than prima donna or hot dogging.
What's going on, everybody? Lee Canfield, your favorite referee, because frankly I am the best in the state of Florida, best on the East Coast, probably one of the best in the country. But I was asked my favorite WrestleMania moment. I'm going to go back to WrestleMania 3. Now, I know you're probably thinking Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant. No. Intercontinental title match, Randy Savage, Ricky Steamboat. My favorite match, probably in WWE of all time. It was the culmination of a great story. Steamboat hurt, the redemption. The match had everything you wanted, the drama, the passion. It was all there. That's why it's my favorite moment.
My favorite WrestleMania moment, WrestleMania 13, Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Bret Hart in a submission match. That was right then and there where I realized, oh man, this is a sport right here that I can't be a part of myself. Stone Cold Steve Austin bled it and let it all in the ring. Bret Hart and Stone Cold Steve Austin double turn was one of the most greatest storytelling that I've seen in a long time. It never been duplicated, never to be repeated.
So my favorite WrestleMania moment is probably going to get me a lot of hate. But it's actually WrestleMania 30, Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker, when the streak was broken. And it's my favorite because no one thought it was going to happen. Absolutely nobody thought the match was going to end that way. Everybody remembers exactly where they were when the streak was broken. If they were watching it, if they saw it online afterwards, wherever. Everybody will remember it exactly how it happened, exactly where they were forever. And for me, that is huge. That's what WrestleMania is all about.